here's something that you didn't know. 2 of those special atomic bombs haven't gone off.
All right. I believe that we are streaming live on YouTube now. Welcome back to fantaCTE. Live viewers, tune in, watch us live. If you guys are watching us live on YouTube right now, and you have any questions, comments, or concerns, and you need advice, let us know. You can write into the comment section. I can see what you write, and then we'll answer your stuff. Once again, my name is Nick Masick. On the bottom, got Lonnie Cox. Upper left, Vital DeJuiced. For those of you who are like me thinking, Vital looks like he's in prison right now. Show him the jersey, Vital. Yeah.
It's a nice Michelin Nets jersey, but, we need the widescreen to enjoy it.
Turn around, though. Show us the back. Show us the back. Who is it?
Oh, the only Dolphins player on earth.
There you go. The only one.
Until he's established. I love Tua right now, but until the Dolphins don't trade him away, no jersey.
You still like him?
Yeah. What do you mean?
What's not to like? Oh, are you doubting Tua already?
What? I was never for him.
Like,
I was never a believer.
Dog.
I mean,
it's great.
Is Tua serviceable? Yes. Is he like the best quarterback of his style? Not even close.
No, not at all. But I think he can be really efficient and athletic. I think he'll be closer to hopefully what I'm seeing is our Russell Wilson. Like, I think he can be efficient like that.
Don't do
why
that,
not?
bro. Don't do that.
Like,
First of all, when Russell Wilson came in as a rookie, he was extremely effective. He was extremely accurate.
System, in the Seahawks system. This kid is in the Dolphin system rebuilding. This is like our first solid rebuild year.
Excuses.
The Seahawks already had the Legion of Boom. Like, if we at our defense,
we have a solid defense though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like we're mirroring the Seahawks right now. Maybe a step behind. Like, think about it, man.
Come on, Vital. Russell Wilson is a stretch, bro.
How about
this? Big stretch.
Give him time.
If Tua can end up being a poor man's Russell Wilson, that's still a huge win for the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Let's just remember, though, that Russell Wilson did not need time to become Russell Wilson. When he stepped on the field, he was Russell Wilson.
He took
away Matt Flynn's job.
Maybe he needs an organization, man.
You're talking about taking away Matt Flynn's job, which
all I'm talking about is this Russell Wilson. When he came into the league, when he stepped on the field, that guy, you knew he was special instantly. I have not seen that from Tua at all yet. At all.
Vital, what do you think?
No, I've seen plenty of stuff. Let's start this game.
I'm starting it.
I'm not here for this Tua slander.
I feel like Tua has shown flashes similar to that of Russell Wilson in his rookie year, because Russell, while he won his starting job his rookie year, he was not the Russell Wilson that he has become as a rookie. He was very, very good, but he was not the Russell that he is today. He relied a lot on scrambling and out of the pocket and improvisation. He used his legs more. He did have a very nice deep ball, even early on in his career, but they leaned heavily on the run game with Marshawn Lynch, and the Dolphins haven't had the luxury of that Legion of Boom defense. While their defense is good, it's not the Legion of Boom, and they sure as shit don't have a Marshawn Lynch type running game to go along with it.
Man. Wait till we get all
just to
these
give you guys,
together,
just to give you guys a little bit of a frame of reference. Russell Wilson, his rookie year, he threw 26 touchdowns at 64% completion rate.
Okay,
not great.
Pretty
but
good.
You have to also look that Tua came in. When did Tua start? When did Russell win his starting job versus Tua?
Before the season started. He started all 16
games. That's a huge difference, dude. Sure. Being able to get with the team, connect with it, get in the system.
Let's not forget that Russell Wilson had the benefit of having preseason and training camp that year as well. Something Tua did not have this year.
Tua's definitely not a wash. I don't think he's MVP, rookie MVP.
He's not a wash.
Give it to Justin Herbert. He deserves it. But Tua's good.
All right, I'm looking at his stats right now. he is playing a little bit better than I thought. Yeah. Not much better. He is throwing he has 9 touchdowns to 2 interceptions right now, that's good.
That's very good. That's
63% of his passes he's completing.
Yeah.
And he's got about 1,400 yards. He's played 8 games. So not bad. Not bad. Definitely not. But I don't know.
We're not saying
it's not jersey time, but it's not time to throw him away yet.
No. I'm not giving up on him. I'm not like, it's time to move on or anything. I don't know. I don't know why I'm hating on him so hard. His numbers aren't that bad.
I was shocked too. I was like, what did you see?
And he just did the one biggest thing that you guys have wanted a quarterback to do in Miami for so long.
We beat you guys every year in December. It's
That's true.
my thing. It's my Christmas gift to myself.
That's a very good point. We always lose to the Dolphins once. And yeah. But he made it look. It wasn't even really that. Like, it was a pretty bad beating of the Patriots. So you got to feel good about it.
That bad.
No, it
got away from you in like the end of the third or whatever.
Yeah, well, that's what you want from a good team beating, playing against one of their rivals, division rival. That's a pretty bad beating for a division rival. So that was, the Dolphins are looking good for the playoffs, I think. It's getting real jammed up in that bottom of the
defense finished it there too. Like they
Xavier Howard almost won Defensive Player of the Year. If that touchdown would have standed, I would have said he's the front runner for Defensive Player of the Year. He might already be, but touchdown I think would have blocked it.
You know what hurt him or what helped him for Defensive Player of the Year is that game that what's his name? The Jets game. The Jets beating that hurt because Aaron Donald is supposed to go into that game and own the Jets, and he didn't.
But also think about it. 15 teams in the league play the Jets, right? Or 14 teams. Or how many teams play the Jets? They didn't get that many receptions.
Or no, not 16 because they played division. Yeah.
So 10.
13, something like that. 13, 14 games. 13 different teams. If my math is my wild guess.
Xavier Howard ate the most out of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, you're right. I want to talk more about the Jets. But first, let's talk about our league. Let's talk about the juicy shit that's happening in our league. So, Lonnie, you're pretty much set for the championship, right?
Yes, as long as Eric Ebron doesn't score, I think about 40 points. Plus, I also have Chase Claypool playing tonight. So it's basically locked in. But I don't want to jinx it.
Yeah, but that's a real stretch for you not to. So you're going to be in the championship. Congratulations, great season. Making it to the championship. You're in the money. Steve, who is going to join our show next week, which is going to be playing against Lonnie in the championship. So that should be a really fun. I haven't looked at the Monday night game next week. I don't know if the Monday night game is going to be in play for the championship between you and Steve, but
we'll have to see when the schedule comes out.
Check it out. Let's get
on Wednesday.
Yeah. So anyway, we're going to have Steve Lamb also playing against Lonnie in the championship. Steve's going to be joining the show next week. So we'll have a little championship matchup smack talk. And who knows, it might already be over by then. In other news, league news, Sean Mullins is looking like he is going to be the last place. And I tried really hard to get him on the show, but he declined for whatever reason. I don't know what kind of shit Sean has going on. I know he's got a lot of shit. But I don't know for whatever reason, he was unable to make an appearance on the podcast. But he did message me a little while ago, and he said, I'll do the poem tomorrow night at Bull Bar. And I said, no, you won't, because the poem hasn't been written yet. It's not
trying to rush it in.
Yeah, he's like, I'll just do a
poem
when
none
tomorrow.
Of us can get there and cast shame on him.
That is not how that works. So I was like, nope, I'll let you know when Vital finalizes the poem. But it's not.
All right, I'll get on it, man.
So, Vital, you're looking like you're the lock for the poem authorship. So
yeah, for sure.
So what are we looking at here? What are we thinking for Sean?
Oh man, I really, for some reason, I thought it was gonna be Rob. So I was really thinking about him. But Sean, I don't know. This is probably something about how his he lost because of his Giants love You know, maybe you get off Saquon's dick. That would have helped a little bit. Something along those lines. And he's going to read it passionately about how his love of the Giants led him into failure. I think that's the route.
To be fair, though, I was thinking a lot about this. If Zeke would have been available when I was drafting, I might have taken him. And I mean, Sean had the first pick in the draft, or second, right?
No, he had first.
He had. Oh, right.
And he skipped
So I guess
McCaffrey.
he did take. We all take McCaffrey first, right?
Yeah, for sure.
No. Well,
Especially after last season he had.
I'm saying if we all have first place, we all take McCaffrey, I would say, right?
yes, I took
And
McCaffrey.
he still got his use, and he was hurt half the season. Like,
Right.
No, not half the season, the whole season. McCaffrey was hurt the whole season.
Yeah, so I was thinking, I mean, Sean, he kind of screwed it up a little bit by picking Saquon, but, it wasn't the craziest leap to take Saquon first,
It was, listen, two things. I'm just shaming him, first off. Second,
Yeah.
and it was crazy because he didn't do it like his brain, like he was balancing out.
No,
He
of
went
course
with
not,
his
right.
jallots. It's just, and next year, regardless of where Saquon is. If Saquon's a 5th projected, he'll take him.
Right.
Even if he's number 1 pick.
Yeah. And the odds are that he's not going to be hurt all year next year because that rarely happens to a player, especially of his caliber. So I think
but don't draft Saquon first overall. It just never works out. I did it one year. It didn't work out for me. I did it last year.
I feel like it doesn't matter who you draft first overall. I feel like there's almost always a first overall huge, like I did it with David Johnson, right? And then the very next year I drafted, because I was like, well, I'm not going to make that mistake again. The very next year I drafted Le'Veon Bell. He sat out the whole year. So there's something that kind of happens a lot of times with that first number 1 overall pick.
Like the Madden curse.
Kind of, yeah. It's like,
Well, first rounders are the most likely to get hurt. Just think about what they do and like the kind of player they are, and they're going to get the most use. That's why they're first rounders, right?
And that is one of the reasons why in my cousin's league I took Derrick Henry as it was the 4th overall pick, but I took him because he's so dirty. He's such a monster. I'm like, look at that body. Is that body going to get hurt? I mean, he might at some point, but he just is so built. And I was like, he just looks like the most durable guy in that group.
He'll be the number 1 pick next year. He'll be the number 1 ADP.
He might be. PPR though, it does really throw things off. And if McCaffrey's back 100%, dude, you look PPR numbers. McCaffrey will blow him not blow him out of the water, but
I mean, it depends, but yeah.
Full PPR, it is really hard to beat McCaffrey. I mean, dude, Mike Davis has been a monster, and he's Mike Davis. Just you literally give McCaffrey 3 touches. Yeah, it's really tough to beat him in a PPR. In a non or even a half PPR format, I agree. I think to give you an idea, in my cousin's league, I did the same thing that Vital did. Some idiot dropped Saquon, and we're going to do keepers, 1 single keeper next year in that league. And I'm going to have my choice between Saquon Barkley and Derrick Henry. And it's like 2/5 PPR. It's real weird, but it's not even half PPR. And I'm probably going to keep Henry over Saquon. So
I would do that.
It does. I think it depends a lot on the format. All right. So anyway, I like the theme though. Giants fucking suck theme for Sean Mullins, for Sean's spoken word poem. And I think we should make him do it at maybe at the All Arts at CNI. They have a monthly All Arts open mic that he hosts. And I think,
that's great.
That should be the required performance night, I believe. He should have to open up the All Arts open mic at CNI as the host with his poem. So I'm pretty sure that's going to be the requirement for him. He'll probably push back against it a little bit, but that's too bad.
It'll be fine. I really want to send him some videos of some Def Poetry jams, so I understand. So he understands the style. I want him to read it.
Right.
There's not going to be an excuse for this poor performance.
I know it's going to be. We'll see how it goes. It's a win-win situation for us. That's clear. So what about other league? Vital, are you in the playoffs still? What's up?
William Goldman, the Giants again. Cursed. That's why I'm really mad at the Giants, dude. All he had to do, because it was a back-to-back doubleheader, right? And I lost. I lost by 3 points because he
Oh.
couldn't put up more than 3 points. I needed him to give 6 points, and he put 2.3 on the board.
Who was it?
Wow.
Which player?
William
Wayne
Goldman
Oh,
from
Wayne
the Giants,
Goldman.
or Saquon's backup,
Wayne Goldman.
he's been the #1 running back. I was like, this is a lock. 6 points is what I needed.
He has been good too. That's a real surprise, actually. And
I know the Browns
Cleveland's
have good
defense, man.
but
Yeah,
fuck.
they did a good job on him. So you're out of that one. Which means you still get to play for third, right? You get the consolation round. So you have 2 rounds, 2 weeks as consolation. So
Get my money back.
in my cousin's league, I think I scored one of the highest scores of the entire year. I put up 200, and in that league we don't score very, like the next highest score is a 150, and that was very high.
Are you guys a deep league? Like
It's a 12-team league, but it's less than half PPR. It's like that weird scoring league where it's like most of the teams in the league scored under 100, and I scored over 200. My team is just unbelievable.
That's a huge.
Yeah, I crushed again. So
This seems like this league is yours or taking.
that's kind of what it looks like. You know, I got Derrick Henry, David Montgomery, Jonathan Taylor, all 3 guys, and DeAndre Hopkins. All I mean, like everybody on my team. The Ravens defense. Noah Fant. What were you saying?
I said Hopkins has been a beast this year to watch, dude. Just the passes he's been making is just like, just throw it up, double coverage, triple coverage. Who's gonna grab it?
That touchdown catch that he made the other day. Oh God, it was just
last game. The double coverage. What it walks. I was like,
so pretty. Yeah,
He's so smooth too. Like nothing looks hard for him. You know,
bro.
He looks like a
it looks like
ballerina.
he glides through the defenders.
Yeah.
And just no problem. Like he just gets up and like, what? You can't even. I don't
He
care
should
where
be
you are.
higher in draft picks. Like, why doesn't he get drafted higher? I don't think people pick him up to like the 3rd round.
This year he might.
I think I got him in the 2nd.
Was it
No, I did. I got him in the 3rd. You're right.
Yeah, he's well. Part of it was that we didn't really know what the cohesion was going to be.
Right. Exactly. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
That was he would
But
normally
people know now.
Yeah. But normally he is a 2nd round draft pick, and I think next year he definitely will be a first or second rounder, depending on the league, because he has just been dominant. So, so in that league I'm in the championship, and then the other one that I'm in tonight, I need 8 points from Deontay Johnson, full PPR format. All I got to get is 8 points from him, and I'm in the championship in that one too. So
that seems really likely, but I want the same thing to happen to you that happened to me. Because misery loves company.
You're an asshole. Is this?
I can't lie to you, dude.
Is this just because I said you look like you're in prison? Is that the only?
Yes. It's seeping through.
But anyway, so that's what's going on there. What else do we have? So in our consolation bracket, nobody cares about consolation, but it's going to be what Stephanie Wood and Jay Guy. So they'll be playing off for 3rd place. But one of you guys, Lonnie or Steve, is going to get the trophy and the big bucks. So good for you guys. Did you guys watch Saints? Did you catch that game at all? Potential Super Bowl preview? Saints versus Chiefs?
I watched some of it. To be honest, I was a little inundated with football because I had been watching college football championship week. The week before I watched all 3 games.
Right.
So I was a little oversaturated by that point.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, the Chiefs are just so good. What do you do? What are you supposed to do, man?
Plus, like, I don't think Breeze was ready. Like the way they was playing, I don't know.
Well,
I mean, Breeze didn't look great, but they still were playing. Like they still had a chance to win late in the game, which is Drew Brees.
I think that game was very telling, actually. I know the Chiefs are going to be the favorite probably no matter what in the Super Bowl if they get there, but those Saints, that was without Michael Thomas, and they even said they're shutting Michael Thomas down until the playoffs.
Right.
They're saving him because he's been like in and out, like kind of hurt. I forget what the injuries are, but they're just like, we're just going to shut him down because we're in the playoffs. We're going to make the playoffs, and we're going to shut him down because that is what we need. We need a healthy Michael Thomas and a healthy Drew Brees. So you add if you add a healthy Michael Thomas and then like Drew Brees a few more weeks recovered to that equation, that game could really look like it could go either way, honestly. So
yeah, but Mahomes loves to play from behind, man. He loves that hero shit. Don't leave him down 3 touchdowns. Like
he's got that juice, man. I think that would be a really fun Super Bowl to watch. There's also a part of me that wants to see the State Farm Bowl, Mahomes and Rodgers. I'm sure State Farm wants to see that Super Bowl. They do.
Oh.
But that would be really cool too. And also, throwback to Super Bowl 1 and 2, I think, Packers Chiefs. So that'd be kind of cool. They've never repeated against each other in the Super Bowl. Anyway, but yeah, that game was really fun to watch. It was exciting, and I think that you saw the Chiefs look really, really good, but then you also saw their chinks in their armor. They're beatable, and that's what you want for a Super Bowl. You want it to be. You don't want it. Nobody wants to see a blowout in the Super Bowl.
Do you think anyone in the AFC can challenge them though? Like on the way, like the Steelers? You think they can derail them?
Not the Steelers. I think the Bills or the
Ravens are looking good too.
Oh, Ravens did look really good. Yeah, I think those are the three that I would be most scared of: Ravens, Bills, Titans. I think.
But you never know, man. Someone can always sneak by.
Yeah.
Browns are looking all right. Browns look like a tough beat, tough to win against. Who else looked good yesterday? The Jets.
Man, the Jets, they got one. Don't say that. You just look at the score.
Oh, God, the Jets game. Can we talk about this? So last week we've been talking about the 4-team teaser. I posted a 4-team teaser again this week. The Jets cost us the 4-team teaser. The Jets beat the Rams. Of all the games that I picked, that was the one, because with the teaser points, it was Rams -4. Of all the games that I picked, that was the one that I felt safest about. Not because I didn't think the Jets had any talent whatsoever. But the Rams have a lot to play for. They were, in that wild card division lead mix. But mostly because I thought Adam Gase was getting paid to throw every single game for the rest of the season. I thought that's why he was
still got fired, didn't he?
No,
he's still there.
He's still there.
Greg Williams got fired.
Greg Williams got early vacation. I was under the impression that Adam Gase had made an agreement with ownership that he was going to tank and lose every game he might get fired for winning. That's how bad that was, I think, actually, for him. Because now they're in jeopardy of not getting the first overall pick.
The problem with that is that no matter what agreement a coach has with the owner, the players don't give a shit. Players are not getting paid to lose, bro. Those guys want to win every single game they come out to play. You're not going to convince 53 professional football players to lose a game. It just doesn't work that way.
No, you're right about that completely. I know that the players want to win more than anything, but there's still play calling. There's still clock management. There's still all kinds
stuff
of
like
things.
That gets really obvious. Do you remember when they it looked like they threw it in at the last game? Like the
Raiders.
They set a blitz in on it when it was obviously going to be a Hail Mary and left the end zone open. I think you get investigated for shit like that.
No, you can't be investigated. There's no rules against tanking in the NFL.
There absolutely is rules against throwing a game. I'm pretty sure you can't intentionally.
There are rules against gambling on games in the NFL if you are players and coaches, but there are no rules against tanking tanking to
I don't know. Something flagrant like that.
No. Dude, look it up. There's absolutely in professional sports, teams do it all the time. Like
but they do it by sitting people out. It's not like people are passing the ball to the other player.
No. The players, that's Lonnie's point. The players aren't going to throw the game. They're going to try hard. But who you put in the game for sure can affect it. The play calling can affect it. Like you saw that 0 blitz. That was just them saying hey, we don't want to win. We want the number 1 overall pick. And by the way, we're doing it because it's the best thing for our organization and for our franchise. That's what they're saying by doing that stuff. It's we want Trevor Lawrence if he'll play for us.
But draft picks aren't meant by who wants them more. It's supposed to be by the true worst team in the league. By every league plays their fucking best. Every team plays their fucking best. And then we see who the real worst team is, and they get it. Not because you really want this player throwing the games.
And maybe I haven't been paying attention that much, but I did not realize that Jacksonville was so bad. Did you?
Yeah, they're doing terribly this season.
I did not realize that they've only won 1 game.
They've been in some closer games, though. That's the thing. They have actually looked better than the Jets. at times during the season.
Yeah, like I mean, they're awful. I didn't think they were good, but I did not realize that they were like at the bottom like that.
Yeah, they've lost a bunch of games, and they've had
QB rotations.
Well, yeah,
I think Gardner Minshew is finally back.
He is, but him being out for so long, that really does hurt their team. Like they are,
and it's not like you got Aaron Rodgers coming back. You know what I mean?
Right? Yeah, it's still just Gardner Minshew. He keeps you in games. He makes it interesting. But Vital, like your idea of like the idealism of like nobody's tanking, like that's just not realistic. Although that is one of the reasons I think the NBA went to a lotto. Because
I'm not saying nobody's tanking. Nobody should be flagrantly tanking, is what I'm saying. That should look crazy.
Yeah, should and are two different things. Your theory is like it's very idealistic.
It's not a theory. I'm saying that's what the rules are. That's what the league's intention is. And if you're violating it, you're violating like the spirit of the rule. And the league could investigate.
There's no
investigation. Penalties for celebrating in the league. You think if they really didn't want to?
Lonnie, are you looking this up right now? There's no rule against tanking in the NFL.
Let's see. I don't think there is a rule.
Absolutely not. No, but the reason that the NFL doesn't have rules against tanking or also a lottery system.
I just want to say I Googled in, is there a rule against? And Google pulled up, is there a rule against dogs playing basketball? That was the suggested search.
These people are trying to get Air Bud started for real.
Right.
Oh, God. Well, so here's why I think the NFL doesn't have any of those rules.
There is no rules. There is no penalty for tanking.
No, nor should there be. Because it's so easy to miss on those. Think about how many misses there are in early first-round picks. There's no guarantee. And one player doesn't impact a franchise in the same way usually that one player does in the NBA. In the NBA, it's like you get that one guy and it changes everything. So they do want to
listen. I get what you're saying. I'm saying the logic of tanking is loser shit and people should stop doing it. It was like good teams don't tank on purpose, dude.
Think about it.
The Pats have never rebuilt by tanking, bro.
They haven't had to though.
They're doing it. They need to rebuild right now and they're not tanking.
But they haven't had. Think about how bad the Jets have been and for how long. And a player like Trevor Lawrence, who by all accounts everybody thinks he's going to be a superstar in the NFL for the most part. That's like the general consensus. You put a guy like that on a team like the Jets, and that could potentially change the trajectory. It's like the Dolphins getting Tua, but even more so because Trevor's probably.
I'm saying that's not what happened, though. The Dolphins getting Tua didn't turn us around. We're playing well with Fitzpatrick. It's the Jets need to redo their whole fucking organization.
That's the thing. That's the key. I don't think tanking. I don't think you're going to get any one player that's going to change the course of your franchise. Especially in the NFL. Like the Detroit Lions have been rebuilding for 60 years. Like there's
it doesn't work.
It's not really the save all be all of your organization. Yes, you are seeing Washington, who got Chase Young, and now they have a very strong defense, and that'll last for a season or two. But if they don't put a strong offense together, they're not gonna. That rebuild doesn't mean shit. You know what I mean? Look at the Cowboys. They built that great team 5 or 6 years ago, and it's over. That team is gone now. Now they're rebuilding again. The NFL is a very fast turnaround. And I don't know if tanking is really that beneficial.
But so you just said that, right? But do you remember a couple weeks ago when we were talking about what is the rarest thing in the world? A quarterback who can play quarterback, a guy who can play quarterback. There are less than 32 in the entire world. And if you have one of them, your team has a chance to win every single game. If you have one of those 20 guys, and if you believe that Trevor Lawrence is one of those 20 guys, one of the best 20 quarterbacks, or will be within a very short period of time, that can and will change the trajectory of your entire organization. And even if it doesn't mean guaranteed excellence throughout, you're also talking about a fan base that is very, very what is the word I'm looking for?
I mean, we're talking about New York.
Yes. Well,
I don't think there's any chance Trevor Lawrence plays for the New York Jets. I mean, he said as far as much that he's not playing for the New York Jets.
And maybe that's why they didn't tank. Maybe that's why they didn't throw that game. That's possible.
Now, him going to Jacksonville, I could see some good things with him in Jacksonville. Although, there is what looks like a pretty decent receiving core in New York right now.
And a defense, a very good defense. Not as much.
Well, not great.
Yeah, not so much of a running game. If he goes to Jacksonville, he's got a good running game. But and also a good receiving core. The Jags they've looked pretty impressive on offense at times. Their defense looks awful. So
now, I mean, you do definitely have the chance to have a franchise quarterback in a Trevor Lawrence. But then again, if you're a shitty organization, you're a shitty organization. Pat Mahomes wasn't the number 1 overall pick. You know what I mean? Tom Brady isn't the number 1 overall pick. That's kind of a myth. Aaron Rodgers wasn't the number 1 overall pick. Like the best quarterbacks in the league are not usually the number 1 pick. That those guys do not usually make it. Matt Leinart,
Mm-hmm. No, you're right.
I do think Peyton Manning might have been the number 1 overall pick or something like that.
He was. Matt Stafford.
But so was Eli Manning. You know what I mean? Like,
well, it was a toss-up between him and Phillip Rivers were both number 1 if you technically.
Okay, so you've got Eli and Phillip Rivers.
But how many of them are still? How many number 1 picks are still in the league?
Well,
when you think about it.
I mean, a lot.
Are there?
Over the last 10, well, yeah, I mean, based on the average career of a NFL player, yeah, there's still quite a few. Matt Stafford was the number 1 overall pick, and he has been every bit of a franchise quarterback that you want. So
I heard they're moving on from him.
Hasn't
Did you guys hear that?
I don't know. I didn't hear that, but I really hope he goes to the Patriots because I would love that. That would be an amazing.
Yeah, that would be nice, man. A gunslinger for the Patriots. That would be dope.
That would be really fun to watch. And I heard that was possible this past year. I heard they were thinking about that. So
that'd be a good man.
Yeah.
I actually don't want that because of the Dolphins fan thing, but
boy, that would make the whole division really interesting, though. You talk about a stacked division all of a sudden.
And Trevor Lawrence, bro, that'd be so.
If Trevor Lawrence went to the Jets, oh god, the division, it would be like everyone's favorite division to watch all of a sudden.
40-point games.
It'd be like 2009 all over again.
Yeah. All right, what else? So anyway, that was I was actually surprised. I was genuinely surprised that the Jets, not just because they won, well, they lost so badly to Seattle the week before, and the Rams had looked like a pretty good football team. And I also just thought that the Jets weren't trying to win. I thought they weren't supposed to win, and not the Jets players. Of course, they want to win, but that based on the coaching staff and the decisions they were making, yeah. But it's a good argument for having a lottery pick or a draft lottery, so that you don't see tanking the way you do. There could potentially.
I hate the way the NBA does it.
Mm-hmm.
I hate the odds shit and then I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like the way the NBA
lottery
does it.
Either, man.
I like the lottery. I think it's fun. It's a form of gambling. I like it.
I mean, I do think you should have measures to prevent tanking.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know if the lottery is necessarily the way that I guess that is really what else are you gonna do?
What else are you
unless you have the New York Jets, they get the 1st round pick, but they also have to do a spoken word poem.
I was just gonna exactly. I was just gonna say. I was like, yeah, we could make them do it. Yeah. There should be a last place penalty in the NFL. Yeah, that's a very, very good point. How about the last week, I gotta say, so the Monday night game, what was the final score? Do you guys remember? I think you guys may have nailed it. I listened to the podcast or last week's podcast earlier. I think you said
Monday night 42-47.
42-47. Oh, 42-47. Okay, because you said Ravens by 3. And you agreed.
Didn't we do an under though?
Yeah, but you also that was the other thing. That was the other side.
That was
they doubled the over under.
No, you missed on that one horribly. But the point total or the actual spread, you're pretty close on that one. So good job on that. Bad job on the under. How about the Bucks' big comeback? Brady against the Falcons. He's like their kryptonite. I feel like they just cannot. They don't know what to do against him.
I feel like the Falcons are the Falcons' kryptonite.
That might be right.
Yeah, I mean They went back to doing what they were doing at the beginning of the season, blowing leads, dude.
Yeah, they did look like that. But also it doesn't, I mean, it takes something to come back from 17 down against any team, really. So the Bucks going in the right direction. Antonio Brown, how about Antonio Brown and Des Bryant scoring touchdowns yesterday?
That was nice to see.
That was pretty cool.
And Frank Gore and Le'Veon Bell.
And Frank Gore and Le'Veon Bell. Wow. Talk about a throwback week of football. That's pretty cool. Le'Veon Bell, speaking of which, we're talking, next thing I was going to talk about was injury report. Oh, but before we get off the Bucks, Antonio Brown, remember when I said earlier in the season, I think it'll take a little while, but eventually he will start to look like Antonio Brown again. I know you guys remember that, and I have the footage to prove it, even if you don't. He's starting to look a little bit like Antonio Brown again. He had almost 100 yards receiving. He had that bomb touchdown.
No, I agree. I drafted him because of that. I think he's
right.
You
picked him up. Yeah, I did too. I still have him on my bench. That's that team that's just like blown.
I played him this week, I think.
You did. Oh, he scored well this week.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, good play. Well, you lost anyway though, so it didn't matter. Or was it our league? Our league, you played him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, good play, good pickup, good play. But that's something to watch down the stretch and going into the playoffs, I think, is Antonio Brown effect in Tampa Bay. So anyway, as far as the Le'Veon Bell though, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, pretty rough looking injury. I guess
he's done. He's going to be out for a while.
They said he might come back for the playoffs. But that's a might, which means it's kind of serious, but not too serious of an injury. It's bad enough, but that means Le'Veon Bell, anybody who's still left, who's got anything to play for, if you got Le'Veon Bell, you're in the championship, he might be a really good play this week. I
thought Le'Veon Bell got banged up a little bit too.
Did he? I don't know. Shit.
I don't know. I thought both Chiefs running backs got hurt.
Oh, I don't think so. I didn't see anything on the injury report that I read. Didn't have anything about Le'Veon Bell, and they did talk about Clyde Edwards-Helaire. So I think Le'Veon Bell's good going into next game. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he had like a little something or whatever, but no, he's looking good. James Conner not playing tonight. I don't know if that's going to affect any teams at all, but James Conner not going tonight. A couple of other interesting little side notes. Probably is not going to affect much, but Deshaun Jackson might be coming back for the Eagles next couple weeks. So that's, with the emergence of Jalen Hurts and the way he's playing, because he had another really good, really solid game.
Yeah, he did.
Even though they lost to the Cardinals.
4 touchdowns, I think 300-something yards, balling.
Yeah, really, really nice. So that could, Deshaun Jackson could be a playable guy, especially going forward in like DraftKings and whatnot, the stuff that we're going to be fucking around with for the rest of the year. And then Rashad Penny is expected to play. DJ Dallas, I think, is out, but Rashad Penny, he did play last game, but just a little bit. But you might start seeing them use him a little bit more. Oh, and Derek Carr got knocked out early in that Raiders game, and Marcus Mariota came in and played really well. He put up a lot.
Dude, I have always been a Marcus Mariota fan since he came in at the spring game in Oregon when he was a freshman. I love Marcus Mariota. I've always wanted him to get his chance. I thought that they kind of really did him bad in Tennessee. I was not surprised by that at all. Like, Marcus Mariota can ball.
I feel like backup QBs always come in and do amazing. Like, especially when the game is online.
Like, I think Marcus Mariota is not necessarily, shouldn't really be a backup. I think Marcus Mariota could start in New York for the Jets right now. I think he could start for the Giants. I think he could win a lot of quarterback competitions.
He could win quarterback competitions, but that doesn't mean I would want him as my quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Because there's just a lot of bad QBs in the league right now.
That's true too. Well, yeah, especially with all the injuries that have been happening this year. I mean, but if you take everybody's healthy and start from that point, he's going to win a couple quarterback competitions maybe, but not a lot. And you're also looking at the future because of guys like Jalen Hurts, Tua, who else? Joe Burrow, rookies who came in and played well. Justin Herbert. You got a bunch of rookies who've come in and played very well, and you want to develop those guys. Mariota, I hate to say it, but he kind of did have his shot. And I don't think they did him that wrong in Tennessee. I think he really just wasn't living up to – he never developed past a certain point that you wanted to see. He came in like a Jalen Hurts, hot.
I mean, his rookie year, he was a monster.
He was great. He was great, but he just didn't ever get up to that next level. Given
He would worked out his passing, man. Because look how Tannehill filled in.
Oh,
And like Tannehill's not that amazing. If he would have just worked on the fundamentals, I bet he would have been great there.
Tannehill is a better thrower of the football. He's got a better deep ball. He's more.
Tannehill used to be a receiver, though. Like that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like he practiced.
And Marcus Mariota basically is a wide receiver. Like Marcus Mariota is super fast.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you're right. He never really did progress past that level.
And he's also now, though, he's been with Gruden this year, and you know what Gruden does for quarterbacks. And
Right.
He's of course been working with Derek Carr, but he's also working with Marcus Mariota, and he knows how to get the most out of his quarterbacks and also put them in the right situations. So under Gruden, Mariota, absolutely. Let's put it this way: I am not picking him as my worst QB next week.
No.
He's going to be starting over Derek Carr, and I expect him to do well, and I expect Gruden to put him in situations where he's going to do well. So that's going to be fun. That's going to be interesting to watch. Maybe a little reemergence of his career.
I think the complete opposite. I think they're playing Miami this week.
They are playing Miami next week.
No way. Miami's gonna eat him up.
I don't know, man. I think the Raiders have a pretty good offensive line.
I think
We'll see.
keep him at 12 points. Fantasy points.
You're going to have a chance to back that up with your worst QB pick in just a few minutes. So we do have for just a minute here. Let's see. We have a write-in. We got Stephen P. says, "Thank you, Jalen, my entry into fantasy football championship game." First, thank you, Jalen, for cementing. We assuming you were talking about Jalen Hurts. Did you play Jalen Hurts, Stephen P? Get back to us on that.
Yeah.
I'm assuming, yeah. So, yeah, he balled out, man. And we recommended him last week. Good job for us recommending Jalen Hurts. Throwing in a rookie, that was one of those things. That was one of our recommendations. We did make some good recommendations last week. I'm trying to remember which ones.
But the Eagles are a really good team, though. Like, when you really look at it, when they have Foles behind center, when they have Jalen Hurts behind center, they do pretty well. If Foles didn't keep getting hurt, they would have been better off.
They aren't. They're aren't far departure from, he says, yep, that was Jalen Hurts. He played him. They're not a far departure from that Super Bowl team. They've been banged up a lot, and definitely at wide receiver. They got Alshon Jeffrey back now. They might have Deshaun Jackson. All of a sudden, their receiving core might look pretty deep. And with Jalen Hurts' ability to extend plays with his legs, that team, that team could make some noise. Stephen P. I was gonna play Taysom, but Breeze went in and it paid off. I was saving Jalen for week 16. Well, I don't know. Well, I'm not sure who Jalen Hurts is playing this week, but yeah, you might.
Cowboys.
Cowboys. Oh,
yeah, play that,
yes.
boy.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Merry Christmas, Stephen.
Divisional game. Cowboys have been playing all right.
Yo, you're pulling a Sean right now.
I'm not pulling a Sean. I am being impartial. The Cowboys have been trending up. They had played a really nice game yesterday against San Francisco. I know it's Nick Mullins, but dude, the Cowboys have definitely been trending in the right direction. Now, Jalen Hurts has been hot. There's no reason to think he won't stay hot, but I'm just saying it's a divisional game. I would not put all of my chips. I would not put my championship of Jalen Hurts. Is it over Drew Brees?
No. He had
Taysom Hill.
He was playing Taysom Hill. Yeah.
Oh, then fuck yeah. I would say, yeah, okay.
Well,
then I would put Jalen Hurts over Taysom Hill, but not, I wouldn't bet my championship on it.
How many points do you think he's getting?
Might not have a
how many TDs?
He's
Let's
in the
just do that.
championship next week. Stephen P. Play Jalen. I say play Jalen
Over Taysom. I mean, he doesn't have a choice. Taysom Hill's not playing next week.
I don't know who else is available, but I say play Jalen Hurts. Fucking ride that rookie. See what happens. He's playing against the Cowboys. They've been really susceptible. I'd say ride the rookie. Throw caution to the wind.
But but there is some caution. But yes, I would also make. I mean, if you don't have a choice, then you don't have a choice.
Let me see what he says. He says if Jalen puts up 19 against the Saints and then 37 against Arizona, there's no way he doesn't have a good game against the Cowboys. That's what I think too.
I mean,
you know what?
Okay, that's called fantasy football hubris, and I hope it doesn't bite you in the balls this week.
Yeah, but the
very
Cowboys
possible.
Secondary is one of their biggest problems, and I think Jalen extending plays will expose that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm just saying the actual matchup,
Mm-hmm.
not just that. I know the Cowboys did well, but that matchup is bad for them.
I agree, especially if Deshaun Jackson comes back, because he's just,
Mhm.
he's not coming back unless he can go down the field. If he's going to be stretching that defense, watch out. That's going to be a good one. And play with your gut, Stephen P. It's the championship. You know what? All season long, analytics, all that shit.
You got there somehow.
Go with your gut in the championship. If you think you need to throw something in there, just do it. All right. All the analytics go out the window for the championship because anything can happen. That's what I think. Lonnie's over here calculating. No, I don't.
I'm looking. You know what's happening is I'm going down the rabbit hole of my championship now, and I'm not liking what I'm seeing here.
I almost spit my beer on my computer for the
Yeah,
second.
Steve's team's stacked right now, bro. I looked at it too.
Dude, I'm playing. Dalvin Cook has been my real moneymaker, and they're playing the fucking Saints on Christmas Day. So,
ouch.
I don't like that matchup at all.
That is a tough matchup. You can't.
I think it's a good matchup for you, actually.
You still have to play.
Dalvin Cook versus the Saints?
Yeah, dude. I think it's a primetime game. I think they're going to perform.
It's Christmas at 4:30, so
Let's
hopefully it'll be a good game. But the Saints have a chance to keep them under 60 yards. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they do, but I think they're just going to overperform though because of all the stage.
Maybe.
Let's talk about how exciting the holiday games. This is happy holidays, by the way. And the Christmas week is coming up. I mean, I'm just feeling very good about this whole week. I just got a package from my mom today with a whole shitload of cookies and some other stuff. Steve Lamb, run down that rabbit hole, Lonnie. I forgot Steve said he was going to watch us. Steve Lamb, Lonnie's competition for first place. Steve Lamb, who will be guest of the show next week. I can't wait for that. That's going to be super fun. But yeah, man, I looked at the games. So holidays, Christmas week, everything's just lining up nicely. Even my check engine light in my car went off for a little while today. That was really exciting. I mean, it's a holiday miracle. But we've got that game, which is a good game on Christmas Day, Thursday, early or whatever, mid-afternoon game. That's nice. Friday, we've got 3 games. Am I right? Or is that right? Is that right?
No, Friday, there's just one game.
Friday's the one game.
Saturday, there's 3.
Is there not a game? Okay. So is there a Thursday game or no?
No.
No Thursday. So we got a Friday afternoon, 3 games on Saturday.
Yep.
A boatload of games on Sunday, and then a game on Monday night. What's the Monday nighter? Does it say? Did you see that? Are you looking at it?
Bills, Patriots.
Bills, Patriots. All right, okay. I'll take it.
Sunday night game looks like one of the better ones in a while. Titans, Packers.
That one does. That one I'm very excited about. I'm gonna be priming myself for that one. Titans, Packers. That's a sneaky dark horse Super Bowl matchup potentially. I mean,
yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked if both of those teams made it there. They're both looking really, really good. All right. So yeah, it's very exciting. 4 days of football. How often do we get 4 days straight of football? I guess this year probably a couple times, but
it's fantastic though.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Let's see. Stephen P wants to tell us more about my flex and wide receiver 2, what I'm not sure about. Oh, okay. So he's got a couple questions for us. He says he's got Ayuk, Corey Davis, Brandon Cooks, Claypool, DJ Moore, Jonathan Taylor, and Kenyon Drake. That's a wide receiver heavy group for sure. I would normally just slot Taylor in for flex. Taylor's been balling. But okay. So the Colts are against the Steelers. Is that right? Next week? Colts to Steelers.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do we think that the Steelers are susceptible to that Colts offensive line? Jonathan Taylor, the way he's been running and producing on the field, he didn't have as big a game this week, but he still had a good game. He said I could try to get Pollard or Bell off waivers. He must be in a very shallow league. If Pollard and Bell are on waivers, who you like better?
Le'Veon Bell?
Le'Veon Bell or Tony Pollard also, because I think Zeke is out maybe still. If Zeke is out, I might go Pollard.
I believe they shut down Zeke for the rest of the season, if I'm not mistaken.
So yeah, Pollard.
And
for sure.
Pollard.
I agree.
Le'Veon Bell against the Falcons though. Who are the Cowboys playing? Let's see.
I think they just might shoot it out though and not run it a lot.
Yeah, that could be too. Although if they get up on him, yeah, but Le'Veon Bell catches the ball in the backfield. They're gonna. Who the Cowboys got next week, Lonnie? Who's Pollard up against?
Eagles.
Eagles. Pollard is really good though. All right. Let's see. Zeke and Edwards-Helaire are out, both probably out. Yes, and it's a half PPR league, so that does affect things a little bit. Taylor, Pollard, or Bell? We got to pick one next week. We're trying to help Stephen P. win his league. I'm gonna go Bell.
Yeah. Safest bet for sure.
Yeah.
Worst defense, best offense, and he's Le'Veon Bell. He looked really.
Double check that injury thing though.
Edwards-Helaire is for sure out. Definitely. He's
No, I mean is Le'Veon Bell injured anyway.
Right. Make sure he's healthy. I think my second choice, because he said he's on waivers, but nobody really should be wavering much this week aside from the guys in the championship. I think my second choice would still be Taylor over Pollard. I think Taylor. I don't know.
I don't think so, dude. Like,
and he said
they were super inconsistent.
Another of his wide receivers. Yeah, I mean those wide receivers are all like pretty good, but not super dominant. I like the running backs. I like all those running backs, honestly. I might even play Pollard over Drake because Edmonds is being getting a lot of work, and I think Drake might have gotten nicked up this week. So you might want to bench Taylor and Drake.
Bench Drake.
Pollard and Bell over Taylor and Drake. I think maybe. Yeah. Good luck though, man. Thanks for watching the show, Stephen P. We appreciate you watching the show. Follow us. Hey, also, if you want to play after you win your championship next week, if you want to play with us, we're going to be running, I think, weekly DraftKings things. Do you guys want to do that? Let's keep things rolling. Let's do a weekly, but like a $5 buy-in, so we can maybe draw some of the league in.
Are we gonna start playing basketball? Let's do some fantasy basketball. I want to learn what that's about.
I don't know. I mean, you're talking about. I know basketball does start right now, but I can only focus on football.
Basketball starts tonight or tomorrow night?
I think Christmas Day. I think it usually starts something.
No. I think they're starting it. They're starting it early this year. I think it's tomorrow.
Okay.
Oh.
I mean, to me, regular season, like the playoffs last for 3 months. Like I hardly even get into regular season basketball because the playoffs just last forever, and it's great. And I get into playoff basketball, but regular season, man, it's tough to follow. I follow, but I don't watch usually. But yeah, no, I think we should do like not just our Monday. We should still do our Monday night DraftKings, but let's do a Sunday draft or like a weekly DraftKings with like all the games in it going through the playoffs, just for fun. Not for fun, for money, but for anybody who wants to play, who's after the fantasy season's over. So I think we should add that to our repertoire. We'll keep the Monday night game for the inter competition between us. Let's talk about that competition also. So right now, me and Lonnie on the quarterbacks both got disqualified. I didn't think Daniel Jones was going to be out. Like, what the hell was that shit? Yeah, and you for Alex Smith as well. So Vital, I think it seems right, even though it hasn't come up previously. I thought about it earlier. If both teams get disqualified, I think all the points go to the one who, there's 3 points awarded. Vital gets all of them. So now we are sitting at, what's the total score? I think Vital's at 34. I'm at 30. Lonnie's at 26.
Woo!
Yeah. So we got to pick worst quarterbacks this week. Lonnie, you get first pick again, even though we both got disqualified because you got a 0 the previous week. So I'll give you the first pick and I'll get the second pick. Have you looked at the quarterback matchups yet?
I'm looking at them right now.
So there's a couple of notes that I made. Alex Smith's still a question mark. CJ Beathard, Nick Mullins got knocked out. CJ Beathard could play, likely will play, but that's still up in the air. Stephen P. People who were doing basketball drafts yesterday, Jesus. And Steve says, good night, boys. What time is it?
Good night, Steve. Thanks for watching, man.
Good night, Steve. It's not even 6:30 yet. So yeah, those are some question marks. Alex Smith or Dwayne Haskins, we don't know for sure. CJ Beathard is a probable. I think there's even a chance though that Jimmy G could come back in.
There is a chance. I just looked that up.
Yeah. And Marcus Mariota I think he's almost a lock to play against the Dolphins because Derek Carr's not playing and Mariota will be playing. But those are just a couple. And then the Giants quarterback situation also up in the air.
Right. That's what I'm really looking at right now. I'm between Ryan Finley. They have a really tough matchup.
Who were they playing again? Oh, they're playing Houston? What?
No, I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong week.
Yeah, that's tonight. You're looking at that.
That's tonight. Right.
That's the game. That's what we should have picked. That's you and I should have picked Finley for tonight's game. That's where we both blew it big time.
Let's see here. So I think
that's a tough. A lot of bad QBs are playing a lot of bad defenses this.
And then I don't know about Colt McCoy. Is Daniel Jones for sure not going to play?
No, we don't know. That one's up in the air because Daniel Jones has a chance to play against the Ravens. Either one of those guys against the Ravens.
Apparently, he's very hurt though. That's why they didn't play him. Like he has 2 injuries.
Okay,
is what I just read. It does look like Dwayne Haskins is going to be playing
against Carolina. Bad quarterbacks against bad defenses. It's a tough call this week.
This is a tough call this week. 49ers against the Cardinals. I don't know, man.
None of these defenses.
Mariota against the Dolphins.
There's Kirk Cousins against New Orleans.
You know what? I'm going to go with a really bad quarterback who's definitely going to play against a very solid defense. I'm going to go Sam Darnold versus the Browns.
Sam Darnold against the Browns. Good call.
Darnold. Yeah, I mean, he's going to play unless he gets mono again this week.
That's a pretty good call.
Yeah, Cam Newton is also not a bad pick either, I don't think.
I was thinking about Cam actually because who are they playing against again?
Or Gardner Minshew, honestly, too.
I think I'm going to go Minshew. That was my initial reaction, but I wanted to look at Cam. Cam against Buffalo. I'm going to go Minshew against Chicago. That's the direction I want to take this, I think. God, I don't know though. Their fucking offense. The weakness of that team is not their offense. The weakness of that team is their defense.
You're talking about Jacksonville?
Jacksonville, yeah. Their offense, but they have Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Guys.
I'm gonna go Minshew. Okay.
I think I'm gonna do something unprecedented. I'm gonna ask you guys for some help because it's over pretty much. Are you guys willing to help me at all?
I don't know if I can actually do that. I mean,
in good consciousness, I don't know.
Wait, what, for our league?
Yes.
You asked me for help this past week, and I said,
okay, then never mind. I'll do it myself.
But give us the question anyway. Come on, let's just talk about it.
Okay, so next week, let's see. Let's go. Let me pull this up here. So next week, I've got some very interesting decisions to make. Keenan Allen is still dealing with an injury. I pulled him this week at the last possible minute. I looked that he was hurt at the last possible second. He yelled into the camera, "Start me." I didn't listen to him. He scored 2 points in that game. Would it still affect me? Probably not. But still, Amari Cooper and Keenan Allen only giving 4 points between the two of them, that would have been tough to swallow.
Yeah, that would have been hard to overcome.
Now, Amari Cooper, Stephon Diggs is looking questionable. Going to keep him in. Let's see. But, I've got the Melvin Gordon, Kareem Hunt. That's always been. I've been dealing with that all season.
Melvin Gordon
is at the. I was going to say the Clippers, the Chargers.
They are the Clippers, though, aren't they? Of the NFL, kind of.
Yes, they are. And Kareem, and they have the same exact thing. LAC. It's the same exact. I've got Kareem Hunt playing the Jets.
That's not great.
So
it's not great either. Melvin Gordon. He got 2 touchdowns last week, but one of them was straight up garbage time. Straight up garbage touchdown.
But I could also do Amari Cooper. I don't know, man. I feel like every time I've left him in, he is the 11th wide receiver in the NFL this year, though.
He scores a lot of touchdowns.
Wow.
He scores a lot of
He
touchdowns.
scores a lot of points when he scores, but when he doesn't score, he doesn't score. Like yesterday, he had 2-something points or 1.9.
I got to check
some of that. So some of those statistics, because you have to remember, Dak played for the first 4 or 5 weeks of the season,
Right.
and some of those numbers for those Cowboys players are going to be, when you look at the seasonal ranking, that's gonna,
inflated from the big boost of the first couple of games.
Exactly.
Okay.
You gotta.
I think I gotta roll with Keenan Allen this week. I can't justify leaving him on the bench, man. He's the 5th wide receiver in the NFL. Yeah. Chase Claypool's the 24th. Chase Claypool has a high ceiling, but he's playing the Colts. That's an easy decision.
So you're gonna go Cooper over Claypool?
No, I'm doing Keenan Allen over Claypool.
Yeah, I mean,
and I guess the real question is do I do Melvin Gordon over Cooper? That might be the move too.
I think so. I would. Yeah. I mean, honestly.
No, don't give me help. Don't give me help, because then if Steve asks for help, you're gonna have to help Steve. So don't help Steve.
That's true too. I follow Melvin Gordon because I have him in one of my leagues, and I'm gonna I can say this: I'm seriously thinking about playing him in my championship game in my league that I have him in. I benched him.
He has not let me down this year. Every time I've played him, he's come through for me.
He has almost always outscored his projection as well.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He's done that a lot.
And Amari Cooper has not.
And I think they're going to play poorly.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's a divisional game, man. Like,
you
it's
keep
hard.
saying that, man.
It's a valid point, though. It's a valid point.
Like the divisional game, the problem is it could be 42-35 at the end of the game. You know what I mean? And like the last time I left Amari Cooper on my bench, he scored 28.
Right.
And that was 2 weeks ago.
He's very capable of that. And Dalton does like throwing to him. Now you got some tough decisions to make. And I think it's going to be all right. So let me ask you this, though, just for viewership's sake. Do you have anyone, or I don't know if you're looking at the matchup, I don't know what Steve has, but do you have any Bills or Patriots? You have Stephon Diggs.
No, I have the Stephon Diggs.
Okay. So it could come down to that Diggs, that last game on Monday night, depending on what Diggs does.
Potentially.
Because he scores a lot of points for you.
Could you imagine if he's hurt?
He's questionable, man. His foot hurts, but he's going to play. They're in a playoff push right now. I mean, he's got to.
If he's even sort of okay, he's going to play, and he's going to play well, I think.
They're not in a playoff push. They've got it. I think,
they clinched.
Oh no, you're right. Bills did clinch the playoffs. Yeah, they clinched the division.
But they might be looking for the first round bye, right?
Yeah, they're in the.
I don't think they can get that.
Oh, it's pretty out. I mean, it's a long shot with the Chiefs.
A lot of crazy things have to happen for the Bills. If they're smart, I don't think they run it that hard.
If the Chiefs had lost, then it would be a different story. But the second seed is still better than the third seed because you may end up facing each other in the championship games.
Yeah, you don't usually see a lot of playoff teams like let off the brakes at this point in the season. Like especially the high-ranking teams, they don't it's not week 17. This is week 16.
Right.
So
seeding is important. Seeding is still very important for these teams.
Yeah.
You don't want to fall. You don't want to drop from 2 to 4 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So Vital, we still have to get your worst QB pick. Who would you rather have Kaepernick then? Are you going to go with your boy Mariota?
You know it, bro. And that's not a slide against Mariota. That's how much I believe in my Dolphins defense.
Okay. That is a slight against Mariota, though, so just want to clarify that. That's going to be a good one. That's going to be good to watch. All right, so we got our picks. We're locked in. Darnold, Mariota, and Minshew. Now, did you guys pick DraftKings for tonight yet?
Not yet.
Not yet? You did? Who'd you go with for your captain at the top?
Roethlisberger.
Me too. Okay.
Yeah, so good game.
Yeah, I think he is too. It's just so hard to pick. I thought about a couple of those receivers, but it's just so hard to pick which receiver is going to go off.
Yeah. I think it's going to be so open for Roethlisberger. If it was a specific kind of defense, I would have picked it by that, but I don't know.
He likes to spread it between 3 or 4. Really, his top 4 guys. He likes to spread it around a lot. So,
real question: did you pick any Cincinnati players?
Yes, I'm gonna pick 2. I'll tell you. I'll pick 2 Cincinnati players. 2 of my 6 are Cincinnati players. Now, one of them was the dregs of like, I was like, I still have to get another player and I only have this much left. So I'm just going to take this guy. But I think, but he also is a guy who could potentially get a, random score or touchdown or something like that too. So we'll see. I'm excited to see who you guys picked for DraftKings. That's going to be fun. So
Not for me, it won't. I can guarantee you that.
What?
She's always losing.
Fucking DraftKings is a bane of my existence. Fuck DraftKings. Hate that shit.
You have to remember though, like you're losing to me by 4, and I've been hot on DraftKings, but you have to remember, like you were ahead of me by a lot, and it was like 3 or 4 weeks, and I've already, so you can make up ground pretty quickly, and we're not ending at the end of the regular season. Week 17 isn't the end. We're going to go all the way through the Super Bowl with this shit. So you're going to have plenty of time to make up some ground, and we're going to pick worst QBs. I guess we can't pick worst QBs in the Super Bowl, can we? I guess we can.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not? Yeah. But just
there's 3 of us and there's 2 QBs.
Well, there's that. There is that.
You guys doing math?
We can't all pick. Well, no, yeah, you're right. So no, worst.
I'll take the ref.
Unless we can think of a way to balance. Like, I guess the worst. Let's see. How about this? It's one way of potentially doing it. Whoever gets first pick gets to pick whichever QB they think is going to do worse, and then the other 2 get the points for that guy. And then I don't know.
Well, we'll come up with some ideas. I'm thinking of some things for the Super Bowl bets.
Yeah. Up until the Super Bowl, maybe the Super Bowl is just DraftKings, right? Maybe we don't do because we already have points on the line for the Super Bowl based on if our actual Super Bowl picks come through. So. What
were the picks again? I feel like we asked this so much.
No, we've only talked about this once or twice. Super Bowl picks you were the smartest one, and you picked the Chiefs over
the Bucks, I think.
Bucks.
That sounds right, yeah.
I picked the Bucks over the Ravens. Lonnie picked
I just remembered.
Lonnie picked the Cowboys over the Ravens.
Bro, what? You see, sometimes you pull a Sean Mullins, and you say you don't. I'm just like...
And that one I did. And I really learned my lesson. I'll never do it again. I'm never going with the Cowboys in anything ever again.
You know what, though? Back then, Dak Prescott was healthy, and we thought...
The reason I did it was because when I was looking at the preseason polls, a lot of analysts had the Cowboys making a deep playoff push this year. So
they did.
I thought it was possible, man. That defense was looking real good in the beginning, like, on paper. Mm-hmm. It was before they had played a single game,
I know.
Idiot.
So Lonnie's probably going to not have the thing that's really killing you, Lonnie, is that we both picked the Ravens to lose the Super Bowl. So you can't pick up any points on me at all in the Super Bowl, no matter who, like, even if they make it. So that's
I'm getting ready for a fucking henna tattoo. I'll tell you that. If I hit, I don't even want to say it. Well, I'll say it next week.
All right. Okay. All right. So that's I think that's about it. That covers pretty much everything for this week. You guys have any holiday plans? Is Hanukkah still happening, or are you guys wrapping?
No, Hanukkah's over.
Hanukkah's over. So now we're on to Christmas, Belichick style. You guys have anything going on this week though? Anything? Nothing? No holiday parties or anything?
No, just fan parties, gingerbread parties.
Cool. Nice. Yeah, I think I might watch I think my brother's doing a gingerbread building thing. They always do some crazy shit. Like, they've done a lot of different themes of gingerbread construction. And they're doing one this year, but via Zoom with some other people. So I'm sure I'll get to see some of that action. But yeah, mostly I'm just going to be staying home watching a lot of football. I'm sure I'll text you guys, see what's happening with this week, but good luck to the championship, Lonnie. Good luck in your championship. Even though I'm impartial because I'm the commissioner and not involved. But good luck anyway.
Good luck to everyone.
Yeah, and we're going to see Steve next week. And hopefully, it's not going to be decided by the time Steve comes on. Hopefully, there's going to be drama that yet to unfold on that Monday nighter.
We're going to find out a lot. Like, we're going to find out, really, I think by the end of Saturday night, we're going to have a pretty good picture of what's going on. So
yeah, that's going to.
I'm going to start picking up players just to spite you.
What a dick.
I mean, I don't need any players. Like, my shit's locked in.
I disagree.
That's the thing. I didn't even do waivers this week. I don't know if you guys know. I skipped the whole waiver. I did go over some, but I'm like, I'm not fucking doing waivers. You assholes. For anybody who came in looking for waiver advice, and Stephen P., I'm not talking about you. Thank you for writing in and watching the show. We love our loyal viewers. But for any of you assholes who are already in the championship looking at me for waiver advice, you're already in the championship. You're on your own for this one, okay? This is the last week. If you need my help for waivers, which even though our help has been very good for waivers this year, then you don't deserve to be in the championship. So good luck. Go with
now. You got me looking at waivers. Now I'm over tinkering. I'm closing the page. I'm closing.
I picked up a good waiver. I didn't even play him. I picked up Tannehill, and I was like, whatever. I don't want to change my team name. And he got
the only real
points.
waiver that has been working out for me somewhat is Chase Claypool. But everybody else has just been kind of like whatever. Jamison Crowder, I picked him up, I believe, also. So I've had
Jamison Crowder's pretty good because he gets a lot of touches.
He came in clutch for me 1 week.
One thing,
just inconsistent.
I forgot to mention this. Jay Guy actually asked if he could produce one of our episodes live. And I said, maybe I'll talk to the guys about it. But if you guys, and this is down the road, it's a few weeks away or whatever. But if you guys want to do a live episode, I said maybe for a Super Bowl special, last episode of the season, because he's really interested in trying to set it all up. Like we would have to actually go to, I don't know if it's to his house in Palm Beach.
Yeah, I'm down.
So yeah, okay, cool. So we might do a live episode special for the Super Bowl. I think it'd be pretty fun. We'll have a little Super Bowl party action. Even if we don't stay at Jay's house, we can always come back to my place, or I don't know what your situation.
No, that sounds great, dude.
Yeah,
sure.
We'll do some food. We'll do some stuff. And
do you guys know what date the Super Bowl is this year? Because the Super Bowl is usually like the day
right
of,
after Valentine's Day. It's like the weekend around Valentine's Day.
No.
It's always the weekend of my birthday.
When's your birthday?
The 2nd. Right.
So it's always the first Sunday of the year. I think it's the 6th.
It's the 7th.
7th. That's what I meant. I'm always looking at the wrong S.
Because usually my birthday party is kind of the Super Bowl, so I was just making sure that it's but it's further after this year.
For this year.
Oh, dude, Jim Nantz and Tony Romo are calling the Super Bowl this year. That's going to be so good.
Yes, that's great.
Tony Romo missed his calling.
Dude, seriously,
he's
making more money now than he ever made as a football player.
Bro, he's way better at
this.
He's the
best.
Way better.
So much.
I mean, he's going to go into the Broadcasting Hall of Fame as being one of the best play call. What's that called? The play-by-play analyst of all time.
Color guy, whatever. He was a great football player. He was a great football player.
He was great, but he's. I'm telling you, he was not in discussion to be one of the best quarterbacks of all time.
True,
but he is absolutely in the discussion for the best broadcaster of all time.
He for sure is. You're right, without question. And but that's only because Brett Favre never went into broadcasting. He would have been hysterical.
Dude, fucking Brett Favre's an idiot. You couldn't listen to Brett Favre for a couple hours. No way.
You know what? You know who I
Brett
do really
Favre had the QBIQ like that.
No, you know who.
And also, I could listen to Brett Favre talk about catching catfish, but I'm not going to listen to him talk about, about the mechanics of the fucking animal. No.
You know who I do really like though, and he's up there. If he ever got a shot, I don't know what direction he wants to go in, but Matt Hasselbeck is hilarious. He's one of the funniest guys.
Yeah, Matt Hasselbeck. He's good. He does it sometimes, doesn't he? He was doing it for a little bit.
Yeah. He's been in and out of the booth, but he's on like they put him on like the shows, like the pregame shows. And stuff. Right. And that's where he really shines. He's just so funny. He's one of the funniest guys in and around.
His brother, what's the name of his brother?
Tim Hasselbeck is a big fantasy guy.
But he was also a broadcaster. They both played in the NFL, right?
Yeah. Tim was a backup for the Redskins for years. Yeah, he's
right.
Yeah, he was a backup quarterback for a long,
and then Matt Hasselbeck played for the Lions.
Matt Hasselbeck he took the Seahawks to the Super Bowl.
Seahawks, that's right. Oh yeah, he was a gangster. Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Him, Sean Alexander. That was a great team.
Great teams, yeah. He never won one, but he took.
Close though.
He had a lot of playoff runs too. I think he was.
Yeah, the Seahawks were excellent, man. For that, they really took them out of the toilet.
Yep, that was the beginning of the Marshawn Lynch era in Seattle.
That's right.
great.
I think Matt Hasselbeck was the quarterback for Beast Mode.
Beast Mode, yep. That was the game. That was the team they said shouldn't have even made the playoffs, and then they beat the Saints.
Right. And then they beat the Saints. They were in the number 1 seed or something like that, right?
Oh, no, they were the defending Super Bowl champions.
Right.
The Saints were the defending champs, and the Seahawks knocked them out with a Beast Mode.
That's nice to see.
Chest.
By the way, I just wanted to mention that as we get into the next parts of the season, I am starting to watch college football to see the draft picks.
Good.
So I am starting to keep an eye out. I don't know did you guys watch any of the college football games last week?
Nope.
I haven't, but I usually do bowl season.
Yeah,
Bro,
I'll watch bowl games.
Alabama is one of the strongest college football teams in terms of depth I have ever seen in my life. They have, I would say, probably just off the top of my head, they probably got 5 or 6 first rounders on that team right now. Deontay Smith, Najee Harris are going to be problems in the NFL.
They are so good at scouting. Alabama scouts,
not just scouting, recruiting is what they're good at.
Yeah, right. That's what scouting's called in college. Yeah.
I mean, they get good players. Lots of people will be like, that guy's good at football. That's getting him to come to your school. Yeah. That's the hard part. And Alabama.
Bro, they are loaded.
Yeah.
They have Pat Surtain. They have Christian Harris. They have Mac Jones.
Junior?
Yep.
Pat Surtain's a junior, right? I remember his.
Yep, Pat Surtain Jr. He was a 5-star recruit. He is unbelievably good. I was watching that game last week, and I just couldn't believe. I mean, Florida's a good team, and they made them look like children. So keep an eye out, man. There's a couple guys. There's a linebacker from Northwestern that's looking really nice. Kyle Pitts declared for the draft. So you're gonna have some good guys. Is the running back from Clemson coming out this year? I think he might also.
I don't know. See,
Etienne.
I haven't been following college nearly as much. You're gonna be taking point on and I'll do my research.
Okay, I will. I'll do that for sure.
You're gonna be taking point on our draft special, because we're definitely gonna do a draft special too.
Sure.
So you got to take points on the draft special.
Honestly, I used to be a gigantic college football fan.
Mm-hmm.
But it's got, ever since they came up with the playoff, I thought the playoff was going to be really fun and really awesome. It made college football so boring. It's like, okay, where is Ohio State, Alabama, Notre Dame, and Oklahoma going to be every year? It's like, okay, we get it.
And that's, I think they need to go to an 8-team playoff.
Me too.
That would make it.
Dude, I'd love a 32. I would say I think they should do the entire top 24. It's the top 25 now, but I think the entire top 25 should get a chance to win the national championship.
I think that's reasonable.
I say why not?
I think at least let's just start with 8. Let's get to 8.
Right.
And also undefeated, automatic bid. I don't care what conference they're from. If you go undefeated, you get in.
You should have
I agree too. They rob UCF
because we got to see, man. We got to see what that undefeated means.
Exactly.
Like, who knows, man? If that year that TCU went undefeated, if they could have beat Alabama, it's not fair. You know what I mean?
I agree.
That's what I'm saying. And with 8 teams, you can do that, because if let's say there's 1 or 2 undefeated teams. There's never more than really 1 or 2, right? Those teams get in. If you are not one of the top 6 teams after that, besides those 2 undefeateds, you have nothing to complain about. Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
If you're the 7th best team by the whatever standards, but there's 2 undefeateds, fuck you. You don't get in. I don't care. Top 6 teams, top 5 teams, whatever, and anybody who goes undefeated, you get in the playoffs. You get a shot. That's and I will watch a lot more college football if that happens.
Yeah. It's just so boring now. It's like Ohio State, Clemson, Alabama, and then one other team that's like, it's either Notre Dame or LSU or Georgia, Oklahoma. It's like there's one team that's really competing for that 4th spot. You know what I mean? But it's all like, okay, where's Oklahoma? Where's Ohio State going to be? Where's Alabama going to be? And it's boring already.
Yeah. And I think it actually has hurt the whole recruiting process for spreading out talent. Like, to your point, because it's like you got these, if there were 8 teams involved, then all of a sudden you see players, the talent pool gets spread out a little bit, because they say, hey, we can get there with these guys. We can get there going to this school. We can still have a shot at the championship. So,
and dude, it's college football, man. Like, anybody can win any game. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah. I think you'd see a lot more seniors staying on as well in programs
Yes.
if that 8th seed if there was the top 8 teams, because they say, hey, you see, like you see in the NCAA tournament, in the basketball tournament, you see these senior heavy teams from mid-major conferences that are
fucking
just
killing it.
Yeah.
coming in as a 12 seed, and they just murder like 4 seeds or 3 seeds, whatever it is. Like
Right.
these super young, talented. They're like, we're 3 years older than you. We've been playing together for 3 years, like 4 years, whatever. Like, we're gonna kill you. Like, it's just like we're your older brothers. So I think I think it would be really good for the whole thing.
They got to do something because it's dying. Like college football's viewership is going down a lot. And they got to do something.
Yeah, there was a little spark in the beginning when they did it, and now it's just like right back down to where the reason they did it.
Yeah, because in the beginning it was interesting. In the beginning you had FSU and Oregon and Alabama, and you had all these teams that would come in and out, those first couple of years. And then ever since the last like 5 years, ever since Ohio State beat Oregon, it's just been like,
yeah,
no one cares. It's like, I don't care. And I'm a huge college football fan.
It's not helping. You're right. It's not.
It's boring.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's wrap it up. Do we even need to do game picks? Are we all on the Steelers? Say hi.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch till at least until Deontay Johnson has 8 points, and then I'm maybe watch something else. We'll see.
7. He's going to give you 7.
Dude, Deontay's going to have 20. So, guys, thank you for watching. Anybody who watched live, thank you for joining the show. You can watch us on YouTube. We'll have the episodes up. You can also listen to our program on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Pocket Casts, Spotify, Overcast, Chromecasts. That's a new one that I remembered this week. And the Anchor. So listen to us, download us, listen to all of our episodes. Follow us on Facebook. We have a Facebook page. We post links to our YouTube channel and also just general memes. The teaser this week. Don't be distraught. The Jets are not going to beat us next week, probably. So I'm going to post the 4-team teaser. I might actually try to get you guys involved in this. Maybe send you the spreads and have you guys help me out with it. See if we can get a good teaser going next week. I'll post that on Wednesday probably. And what else? I think that's about it. You guys got anything coming up? We don't have anything coming up. I'm doing as far as comedy goes, tomorrow night I've got my open mic at the Awanakava Lounge in Pompano Beach. So anybody wants to come tell some jokes?
I'll probably come through tomorrow night. I don't have class anymore for the rest of the week.
Yeah, I was thinking I might make the drive up too. I'm not going to make any promises, but I might come up.
You guys feel like it? And shoot me a text. Let me know ahead of time, so I'll get you a good spot on the list. But yeah, I'd love to.
All right,
they're coming. I'd love to.
I haven't been there yet.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I know. Tuesday nights there's a lot more north going on. There's a few other mics up north, but you can even double dip. Mine's early enough that you can hit mine and then hit another one, maybe even 2 more. So, all right, cool. Maybe I'll see you guys tomorrow night. That'd be cool.